Good morning, welcome back to another video. I quite often like doing my RT kind of starts to videos, but it's not going to happen today, so I just thought I'd start it. I'm actually wearing a dress. I've just picked this up from Tesco. It was only £12.50. It's so comfortable, but I feel like I've kind of dressed up. It's looking a bit big on me on camera actually. I am a size 16 around my middle, but I think I'm more of a 14 up here, so it's really awkward to get clothes. Anyway, that's beside the point. I'm wearing a dress, got makeup on, my hair is done although it's still wet. And I just thought I'd film today. It's actually VE day today. Not that we're doing very much for it, although I'm in the process of colouring in bunting. So Tommy was meant to make bunting for one of his school projects. He's coloured one sheet and I'm doing the rest, you know, as you do. Should have just bought some and let him just do one sheet. So I'm trying to finish that off so we can at least, you know, all my effort I put into it, I can at least get it up. I've made a cake with Tommy and then me and Keith decorated it last night. Really late night again, trying to get things finished. The one thing with these school projects, like some of them it's not possible to get finished in the time that we have. So it's me finishing it off late at night or the next day. So obviously with certain things you don't need to finish off, you just do what you can, but I didn't want to go to all this effort with the bunting and with the cake and not finish it, so that's what I'm doing right now. Keith is actually going to do a lot of gardening today. He's planned to do that. He's off work because it's a bank holiday, but I've decided to just kind of down tools today and just spend it with the boys. I realised that every time Keith's off, because he doesn't have a whole lot of time off, I just want to get as much done as possible, and I feel like me working motivates him to keep going. So I kind of keep going with jobs, but then the boys don't get a lot of attention, and although they get my attention a lot during the week, I feel like I want to give them attention when it's not involving doing schoolwork or things like that. So I've decided that I'm not doing any gardening today, or at least for the majority of the day. So I'm going to wear a dress so I can't, because I don't want to get any paint on it or mud on it. And just going to spend the day with them. They're in the living room watching TV. Tommy actually isn't interested in any of this. Trying to get him motivated for it. I'm going to make some sandwiches for a little tea party, and I've taken the tent outside. Not interested in any of it. So we'll see if he wants to come and join in. I just think he feels like he's being pushed all the time, and I want him to just leave him to it, but I want him to get involved as well, because he'll have a good time if he does. So yeah, hope you're all well. I don't say it in every video, but I do think about so many people and you guys, and just hope that everyone's well and coping. I don't always show it because I don't always pick the camera up when I'm not feeling my best, but I definitely feel it. Some days more than others, some hours more than others. So it's like, it can be like this in a week, or it can be like this in a day. So it just depends what's happening, mostly with the boys, because I don't go out a lot, so it's not that I'm out experiencing things and it's not affecting me in those ways, and my life hasn't changed all that much other than not taking Tommy to school. So it's not changed a whole lot, but definitely is affecting me. The pressures of everything and trying to keep on top of everything, and yeah, I just feel like I'm prioritising the boys and like feeding us first, which is obviously the most important, but then all these other things that need to be done get left, and then I get really stressed and not able to fit them in, other than doing them late at night, and it's not good for me because I go to bed far too late and I get very stressed.
You're looking at me.
It's because I'm filming now.
Oh.
So give you a little update of what's happened in the last week. Keith managed to put a drill through his hand on Saturday night. It's not that bad, he's very lucky. So late on Saturday night comes screaming, well, screaming is an exaggeration, but he comes in very panicked. Leah, I need your help now, which he never does. And I'm like, what's the matter? No, I need your help now. So I come in with his hand, he's got his hand underneath the tap, he is panicked a bit. And he's put a drill through his hand, so it was very late, and we were calling 111, telling them what was happening, and right, we need you to go to hospital, so can you get yourself to hospital? Well, he couldn't, because he was on the floor. I'd told him to get down there, but he was on the floor nearly fainting, so obviously he wasn't going to drive. And the only people we have local to us I feel like I could call on is my mum, and we're not calling on her at the moment because we don't want her to get ill. We're doing shopping for her and doing things for her. So yeah, we got the boys up at like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, was it?
I got to A&E just before midnight.
Yeah, so it's about 11:30 we got them up. It's in the hallway in the basket. And the boys didn't go to sleep. I came back on with them, put a movie on, hoping they'd kind of drop off, depending on how long Keith was going to be, because if he was going to be a long time, I'd want them to get some sleep in between. He was only a couple of hours, so it wasn't too bad, but they stayed awake the whole time through 1.5 films, which was kind of good, because it meant when I put them back in the car, they weren't asleep. But they went to sleep then, and then slept the rest of the night. But they were up at 6 o'clock the following morning, even though they'd been up between 11:30 and 2:30, 3 o'clock. So that's our week, what happened last weekend. So this is the bunting I've got. This I've printed off, obviously already coloured in, but these are the other ones I've printed off. And I've coloured most of these in, but I've just got some purple ribbon. This is actually from Keith and my wedding, which is years ago, or 6 years ago this year, I think. And we've got loads of it left, so it's actually good to get use out of it. Get it out of my cupboard. So I'm just stapling it to it. So obviously just putting the ribbon behind and using my stapler, just easier than trying to glue it on. So I'm going to put that in the back, and I've got some in the front window as well. I don't know if the boys will be interested, but it's nice to remember the day, and hopefully when they look back on photos and videos that they'll remember a little bit that we celebrated today. So this is our little lunch. I've got some chicken nuggets as well, but I've just taken a photo of my little setup. I'm going to take it outside, but I just wanted to take a photo. But here's the reality of the room. So I just made sure these blocks were pushed over, got the table looking nice, and took my photo. So yeah, don't always believe what you see in photos, because the reality is behind the camera it probably is a mess. Anyway, we have got tuna and ham sandwiches. I've done them in shapes because it was part of Tommy's schoolwork for yesterday to make different shapes and to talk about the shapes and what's different about them. So we've done that, and then he was also tasked to make a celebration cake, which this is what we made. It was a Victoria sponge cake. That was hard to keep together. It's, as you can tell, it's sliding. So I didn't like level it off because it isn't that thick. I didn't want to lose any of the height of the cake, and yeah, I should have leveled it off, because as soon as I put any frosting and jam on it, the top layer just wanted to slide right off. So I've got a toothpick through the middle. It's turned out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. Keith did the top for me with the fruit, but yeah, what a mess last night trying to get it together. And I made some little cupcakes as well with the same mixture, and just added food colouring to the frosting. So I've got some red and blue food colouring. It is red, even though it looks a bit pink. So yeah, that's our little lunch. I'm going to take it outside now. Have a sandwich. Have a little bit.
I need a bit more food.
Oh, do you?
Remember to share, because Mummy and Daddy need some as well, okay?
Right, enough now. What else are you having? Are you having a sandwich?
The big bit of stone. Concrete. Another one. Escaping from the sun. It's a bit warm today. Is it a bit warm outside, Tommy? Tommy, was it a bit warm outside?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to tidy up in here, aren't we? Yep. You going to help, Fraser? You going to help tidy up? Can you put the blocks away? Can you? Yeah, look, it's a mess. You're going to put them away? No. What are you going to do with them? You're going to build? Go on then. Yeah, well done. Is it a tower? Can you make it bigger? Make it bigger. So I thought I'd attempt to show you the dress that I'm wearing today. It's really difficult because this is our only full-length mirror and basically the bed is directly behind me, so I can't move back. This is the only mirror I've got I could show you in. Anyway, so it's a kind of jersey material, really, really comfortable. Sleeves are a little bit longer than I'd like. I prefer more of a cap sleeve. But yeah, it's a v-neck which I like to wear, and it's a wrap dress, so it's fully wrapped, but it's stitched down this side, so even though the wrap comes round, it doesn't open up. It's knee length and it's just so comfortable to wear. So it's probably not convenient with the boys because it's a little low there, but if I was going out I could wear like a vest top underneath, but because I'm at home I'm not going to. And obviously bending down with a knee length dress isn't most convenient with the boys, but to be able to wear a dress at home when we're in lockdown, this is pretty comfy. Yeah, I feel like it kind of complements my figure, even though I'm not like happy about my figure at the moment. Far too big around this middle area still since having Fraser, but I feel like I'm comfortable enough in this, and it's like a blue, navy blue polka dot. So yeah, it's quite a good buy. I'm not sure if they had any other colours. If they do, I might go and get more because it is really, really comfortable to wear, and it's only £12.50, so it's like a bargain.
Exactly. That's because of these two size C batteries. Wait.
Compasses don't use batteries.
Well,
Watch us for a little bit. Should we turn on the P?
compass doesn't turn on without.
No, not who's doing just yet, Fraser.
The torch.
Okay. Okay. Are you okay?
Well,
Are you okay?
where did you put it?
Are you okay?
You were the one who played with
Hey.
it last.
No way. Hang on. Wait. There it is.
I made the mistake of sitting down. I could have fallen asleep, but I didn't. But I'm just so tired now. So we're going to give the boys an outside bath because I don't want to go in the bath upstairs and just do it in the little washing basket. So yeah, we've got the washing up basket outside and we're just filling it from the tap. We have an outside tap, but this is a really good contraption if you want to have warmer water for your kids in paddling pools. So we sometimes do that, we just run it through the kitchen window. Is that better? So Keith's just up there filling it up. Tommy keeps trying to go outside and he's only got his pants on. The thing is with this house, we're so overlooked by everyone in all the different gardens around us that we don't like them out there in just their pants. You having a little bath? Where's Daddy? He's down there. That's Belly. Where's Fezzy gone? There he is. Boo! Where's Fezzy gone? There he is. Where's he gone? There he is. Cheeky. Are you cheeky? So Keith had to go into work. He is on call this week, I think from today actually. So unfortunately he got called out, but hopefully it won't be long. There's no traffic on the roads at the moment, so hopefully he'll be back fairly soon. But I'm left with the boys. I'll have to get them to bed, or at least Fraser to bed. They've just had cake, so they're a bit of a mess now. I'll clean them up. Fraser is exhausted. He has had multiple full-on meltdown drops over the silliest things. I've laughed at most of them. I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do, but yeah, they're quite funny really when he has them. His feet stamp the floor and yeah, so funny. But anyway, he is tired, so hopefully he goes down really easily tonight. And then we might play some games with Tommy because it's Friday night, and we tend to let him stay up at least one night in the weekend. So we're getting cleaned up. Fraser's got cake. Fraser's got cake all over his face. Fraser, was that good cake? He's playing now happily. Typical, isn't it? When I'm ready to put him to bed, it's now that he settles down and is happy playing. Anyway, I need him to go to bed because I need to go to bed tonight. I'm shattered. So this is very typical of our children. The 4-year-old, who you'd think could handle staying up a little bit later, is fast asleep on the sofa. So I've left him there while I go and put Fraser to bed, and I knew he was tired, but I knew he wanted to stay up, and I was thinking he might make it, but no, he's asleep. And Fraser, who I thought was extremely tired, is still fighting sleep and still whinging upstairs. Tommy can go to sleep in an instant, and he always has been able to, as Fraser never has been able to. Even as a newborn baby, he could never. He always struggled with sleep. So he's upstairs whinging, and the one that's meant to be up is down here asleep. And he's really heavy. Like, to carry him upstairs is so hard. I'm not going to take him up yet because Fraser's still awake upstairs, and he'll probably wake him up, but it's typical. But Fraser's not. He's whinging, but he's not crying, so I'm going to leave him at the moment. See if I can get away with not going into him, just letting him kind of fight it out himself and put himself to sleep, because he wasn't wanting to settle at all. He's happy, actually. I can hear him playing. He was shattered. Hopefully he'll tire himself out and he'll make his way back to his bed and go to sleep. I will check on him later. But while he's happy, I might just leave him to it, because he wasn't settling with me in there with him. That's just typical, isn't it? So yeah, I've got this one to put to bed, one that's still sort of awake. Well, that was relatively easy to get those boys down to bed in the end. Fraser was fighting it, like really badly fighting it, but he managed to go to sleep in the end, and both boys in bed by 8:15, so that was pretty good going. And Keith has called me. He's on his way home. I think he's planning to go back in the garden this evening just to get a bit more done, because he didn't get as much done today as he had hoped to. But I mean, it's all right. It's his day off work. So I don't know if he'll go back out or not. I am going to get changed out of my dress and get into some comfy clothes and just stay on the sofa and watch TV probably. I'm not sure what I'm going to watch. We need to find something new to watch on Netflix or Prime. I haven't found anything yet. Well, I did actually find something, and it's disappeared off of Prime, or not Prime, sorry, off of Netflix, which is so annoying because I've watched a few episodes and now it's disappeared. So I really want to watch it more, but it's not there. It was Nadia who won the Great British Bake Off a few years ago. She's got a cooking show, and so it was just her like showing different recipes. I guess like Cheat's way of doing things, just make things a bit quicker, and I just find it really interesting. I love watching what people make and getting some ideas, particularly if they're quite simple. I love cooking from scratch, but I like things to be quite simple because time, and just, yeah, time and ease. So it's quite interesting watching that, and I wanted to watch more because it was quite an easy watch. It was quite an easy watch. Didn't have to think about it, and was yummy food, but it's gone. So I'm gonna have to go looking for something else again now. Anyway, I'm gonna go now because I'm just rambling on. I hope you've had a lovely day celebrating VE Day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.